Hi, and thanks for joining me. Today is day 21 of 365 days of art. You'll notice that yesterday's project is not hanging up behind me. That's because I have it here in my lap. I wanted to show you guys up close. So we did the crackle medium 6 different ways. This was with all the strokes going downwards. Where it's thicker, there's obviously deeper cracks. This is all with the strokes going to the side. And I thought that might change the direction of the cracks a little bit, but it doesn't appear to. This still has cracks going up and down just the same as this over here. Whereas with the swirl, these do seem to be a little different. I didn't go as heavy as the thick to thin. I just kind of swirled this around all over. So I'm still wondering if I'm going to get even more cracking in this one or if they're just going to stay very subtle. Where I mixed just a little bit of acrylic and had mostly crackle medium, there definitely is some nice deep cracks where it was thick, but I'm not seeing as many of the small spidery cracks that I got in just the crackle medium itself. And you can see here there aren't any cracks, and it's not that my camera's not picking it up. There just aren't any cracks happening where I mixed a ton of acrylic medium into the crackle medium. I think that part of that is that some mediums are meant to be mixed into the color, whereas this one really isn't. It's not in the instructions. I was playing around with it to see how it would act with it, and it's all right, but I think I'm gonna like it a lot better when I get to the bigger piece that I prepped with 3 different mediums, and I think it's gonna look a lot better with color applied over it, because not only will it have better crackling, but the color's gonna fall into those cracks and make them deeper and more interesting looking. Also, I won't have to use as much acrylic color because this will just be like painting over a white canvas, where to get the color this dark, I had to use quite a bit of acrylic paint versus medium. So it's definitely why we're not getting cracking here. And as you can see over here, it is an opaque medium. You can see it a little bit, but I think most of that is from where I accidentally mixed some of my green into the white. Otherwise, it is very opaque. It covers up whatever background color you have underneath, so it's not really worth it to paint underneath it. I think it's going to be way more worth it to apply the medium and put the paint over top of it. That out of the way, for today's project, I'm going to be trying a new technique following a tutorial called One Stroke: How to Paint a Daisy by April Numamoto. I've previewed some of it already. It looks like it's going to be really good. I can't wait to follow along. And the main thing I'm interested in from this tutorial, the reason I picked it, is I've never really tried the one stroke technique. What that is you load your brush with a bunch of paint, 2 or more colors, and then you're able to put it on the canvas, and it creates this really cool, colorful blending effect, which I've seen in paintings before. I've never known how to do it. So we're gonna try a tutorial today, and then tomorrow, because I'm crazy excited about it, assuming all goes well, I'm gonna play with it again tomorrow and just go crazy. She is using an additive to her acrylic paints for this technique called floating medium. This is by Folk Art. And essentially what it seems to be, after some research, is it's an extender, and it's supposed to allow you to do the technique because it floats better across your canvas. I don't have it. If it doesn't work out today, I might run to the store and go get it. I just really didn't want to go shopping. I'm gonna try what I already had on hand, which was Liquitex Professional Flow Aid, which I honestly haven't tried yet. So yay, something else that I haven't tried. I'm hoping it works with the technique. If I don't feel like it did, I'll probably try again tomorrow and actually go out and get the floating medium. That being said, just so you know, if you're looking at this, because I know sometimes paint additives seem like they're really expensive, and you have to remember you're mixing them with things. Apparently it's 20 parts water to 1 part of this. That honestly makes it a lot better deal, and I'm all about the deals and trying to do things on a budget. Today we're gonna be using by Arteza titanium white, Van Dyke brown, mid yellow, chromium oxide green, and emerald green. The emerald green is still a bit bright for what I want, so initially I'm going to mix it with quite a bit of titanium white, because she seems to be using a very pale green. I don't readily have that on hand, but it looks like it's the perfect color if I just dilute it a little bit. Let's paint! Here we go, getting started. I've got the circle in the center to tell me where my flower is going to be, and on this first leaf I did really terrible. But I wanted to leave it on there and not paint over it because that's just part of the learning curve. I was definitely having an issue getting the flow correctly, and I'm not sure how much of that is due to a lack of experience, how much is due to not having the same medium that she was using, or if I just didn't have the right ratio. Definitely gonna play with it again. The flow aid is helping though. This is where I know the angle is so important, and she actually even says in the video that you can always rotate your piece depending what you want to do. I've got to figure that out. So right there, a little shift. I started using my golden titanium white because I just really wasn't happy with the Arteza titanium white. And I will say this is kind of my search in general, is that I would really, really love to find a titanium white that's more opaque. I know my background's white, but I still feel like my titanium white should have been brighter. Here we're just adding more interest to the piece so that it wasn't so plain. Essentially, she added kind of these shadowed leaves. Here it is at the finish. I'm pretty okay with it. It's not exactly what I wanted. Hers came out just so beautiful and so stellar. You can tell she's done this forever. I want to revisit this because I feel like there's things that I was definitely learning about how to load the brush, and I've got to tell you, be careful when you're loading color on one side and color on the other that you don't mix them up, then you just get a muddy mess. Learned that firsthand. But I think it's pretty okay, definitely something I want to play with. So I do recommend this tutorial. She made it look so easy, which is how you can tell that she's been doing it for a long time and is really good at it. So I may even do another tutorial by her tomorrow because it's the whole point of learning and growing and leaning on other people's knowledge. So I don't know if it'll be by her or by someone else. If you have a suggestion, definitely throw it down in the comments. If you're doing anything artsy and want to share, let me know. I always love to see that. I will catch you guys tomorrow for day 22. Bye.